Baseball. It's been a central feature of American culture for well over a century. And now, some of its rarest memorabilia has made its way to Colorado. History Colorado Center public historian and exhibit developer Sam Bach let Bear News in for a tour of the traveling play ball exhibit. The most attention-grabbing display was a collection of bats near the entrance.
It's meant to sort of show, through time some of the greatest hitters in the sport. But you can see we've set it up so that it looks like Lou Gehrig is actually swinging the bats. So if you take a look, this is Ty Cobb's bat. You can see, if you look carefully on the barrel there on the top, right under his signature, where he nailed it back together when it cracked and then filed it back down smooth, because this is his favorite bat.
Play ball also featured a variety of gloves that showed the evolution of the game over time.
Babe Ruth, I think this is a cool case. I really like this one because you can see here, this is his glove, from sort of early on in his career. And it's a glove. It's not, it's not a mitt like we think of today with the pocket. It's just a glove. And, you can imagine, catching a pop fly ball with that, it's not going to feel great. You have to have a big, tough hand. Well, there's no pocket, exactly, yeah. And there's actually not a lot of padding either. You can see it's kind of just thick leather with like a little padding inside, but, not with something I'd want to catch a fastball with, let's put it that way.
And as baseball changed, so did the country. As the sport grew in popularity, it became a central piece of pop culture.
Of course, Joe DiMaggio, amazing baseball player, but probably almost as famous for his relationship with Marilyn Monroe. And this is a receipt for a dozen roses that he sent to her while she was in the hospital in 1961.
But the impact of baseball on the culture goes far beyond the celebrities of Hollywood. At times, certain players could change public perception. Perhaps none more memorable than a Brooklyn icon who even had his own comic book.
This is a comic book. So Jackie Robinson, baseball hero, but also this program from Jackie Robinson's first Major League game, the first time an African-American man played in the major leagues.
Although the Rockies celebrate their 25th anniversary this season, baseball was around in Colorado long before the Rockies played their first game in 1993. The Denver Bears, who later became the Denver Zephyrs, were a popular minor league team in Colorado from the 1880s until the arrival of the Rockies more than a century later. The final display in the exhibit was by far the largest, and it featured memorabilia spanning the Rockies' 25 years of existence. From the Blake Street Bombers to the incredible 2007 World Series run, the cornerstone of Coors Field, and even the jerseys of today's stars, they had it all.
What you see here on these champagne bottles are actually literally sweat socks. And apparently this is part of the tradition. When you win the championship series, you grab just socks out of lockers and you write the division series and whatever else you want on there, and then you tie it around the champagne bottles.
For Sam Bach and baseball fans across Colorado, the exhibit is a reminder of why this game will always be remembered as America's pastime.
And this is why I love this exhibit, is because people have such a personal connection to baseball.
Right.
And, when they come in here and they see this stuff, it brings back, those memories of being a kid at the ballpark or, going with your dad.
Reporting from the History Colorado Center in Denver, this is Luke Mullins, Bear News.